Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Amazing Atheist. I'm just filling in. Anyway, TJ's off doing TJ stuff, so I was invited to do a little guest spot. So there's this social justice warrior calling out all the skeptics, and this girl actually wants a response video. How about that? So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to not disappoint her. Let's see what horrible warriors special snowflake operations have sent into battle today. Enjoy!
I'm a non-binary trans woman.
No, you're not. First of all, you can put makeup on a pig. That doesn't mean you want to fuck it. And secondly, there's no such thing as a non-binary woman, trans or otherwise. That doesn't make any sense because sex is binary. Do you even know what that word means?
And I make YouTube videos about feminism and social justice and all sorts of stuff that interests me.
He's Canadian. I'm sorry.
Why do you even mention that? Of course you do. We can see that by the way you look.
Hopefully you think our conversation is interesting while my solo commentary clearly drives forward the points I'm trying to make.
Yeah, thanks for patting yourself on the back there. Saves us from having to do it for you.
So this is a scary video to put out there. I predict that 2 hours after this video is posted, the ratings will be okay, but 2 weeks after it's up, and the ratings will not be so okay.
You know what? For once, I think you're right.
In addition, we discovered several grains of troilite and a mesostasis phase which contained micrometer crystals.
And that's because there's a community out there on YouTube made up of viewers and creators who seem set on silencing anyone who talks about anything they deem too social justice-y.
For fuck's sakes, you guys. I fucking hate it when you pull this straw man. Silencing you is the last thing we want to do. We want you to continue making stupid videos. It is very entertaining.
Kind of a specific group of YouTubers who are just known for making angry response videos and kind of sending a lot of commenters to go to people's videos, feminist videos, to dislike them and comment and just destroy their ratings basically.
How do we send people to your videos? Most of us even have disclaimers asking people not to do that. But of course, these are free human beings we're talking about, and they have every right to do whatever they want.
It's almost like there's a threshold for them of social justice issues that are all right to discuss and support. There's general LGBT rights, sometimes binary trans identities like trans men and trans women, sometimes mental health advocacy.
This is true, but the mental health issues better be supported by professionals and not Tumblr self-diagnosis.
But anything above that threshold, like rape culture,
which is bullshit,
trigger warnings,
insanity,
privilege,
horseshit,
non-binary genders,
complete fiction,
Black Lives Matter,
a terrorist organization,
and definitely feminism,
the motherlode of crazy,
are not okay in the slightest to these people.
Yes, none of those things are okay to us, but that doesn't mean you're not allowed to talk about it.
Now, every individual in this community is slightly different. I want to acknowledge that before we continue.
Great, here comes the weasel words.
Don't you keep me waiting. No, sir.
There will of course be exceptions to the things I'm about to say, and I don't want you to watch this video and then go on making sweeping generalizations, lumping people in this category and thinking everyone in it is one certain type of way. That's not the case.
Yes, anyone who's not retarded knows this.
That being said, largely the community that I'm talking about has strong associations with things like advocating for freedom of speech,
definitely,
atheism,
yep,
championing logic and rationality.
Wow, Snowflake, you're on a roll here, right again.
And if they have channels, most of the videos they make seem to be focused on ripping apart social justice advocates and their views.
Well, what do you expect when you put up such incredible insanity? No sane person can just sit by and not respond. We need to do this to stave off the desire to just end it all at the thought of all the bullshit you put out there. Every day you try to inch the world ever closer to fascism and censorship, and we just can't let that stand.
For the sake of communication, I'll give this community a name. We'll call them anti-feminists. This is simply because while all their views differ slightly, a vast majority of them seem to have a major opposition to feminism, so anti-feminists it is.
It is true that I am against feminism and in that sense anti-feminist. However, I wouldn't define myself as an anti-feminist, and I don't think most people like me define themselves by what they oppose either. But for the sake of this argument, call us what you want, we don't give a shit.
If I find a better name later, I'll refer to them differently. Now, the real problem I have with the anti-feminist community isn't their views.
And now you're lying.
Their views bum me out, but there will always be people whose views bum me out. That's inevitable.
Great, I guess we're done here.
The thing I really dislike about anti-feminists on YouTube is how strongly they advocate for freedom of speech, yet seem determined on silencing anyone they disagree with.
Hey, moron! Fucking moron! For fuck's sake, we've been over this. Can you please get this through your fucking thick skull? We don't want to silence you. Comprende? Do I need to draw you a picture of this, you fuckhead?
And they go out of their way to do it.
Oh, really? How?
They actively search for social justice advocates and then make videos devoted to ridiculing specific people.
Duh. Of course we do. That's how you oppose something. We can't very well go out and search for cat videos if we oppose your regressive agenda.
And it's my opinion their critiques tend to be more condescending than constructive.
And it's my opinion that I don't give a shit what you think about it. You're not the target audience.
I feel like they pride themselves on it being a very logical,
Yes.
rational community.
Oh my god.
Well, what do you say to that then? Do you think they are in fact as logical and rational as they claim to be?
Absolutely not.
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
Why would anyone care about what crazy people think about rationality?
Nuts. Insane. Bonzo. No longer in possession of one's faculties. 3 fries short of a happy meal. Wacko!
My problem with this is that a lot of times they're atheist channels, and I'm an atheist, and I don't want to like bring religion/atheism into this, but it is largely like atheists who are like, I'm so logical and I am perfect.
Yeah, nice straw man, asshole.
And everything that I say is objective.
Mr. Strawman, give me a break.
And that's obviously not true, but they try to pass themselves off that way. Like, their comments are always, this is illogical, and you don't know what you're talking about, and trying to discredit you and saying that they're objective.
Logic and objectivity are not the same thing, dipshit. You can apply logic to your opinions, but your opinions are still just opinions. There is no objective truth in politics, only in hard science.
When they don't recognize that every person has a bias, every person has a perspective. Even I try to acknowledge my own biases, my own perspectives in my videos. Like, I know when I'm making an argument that this isn't the objective facts, it's an argument.
We all know that, dum-dum. The difference is you seem to think that there actually is objectivity somewhere in politics.
So I just think it's misleading to say that this is everything exactly as it is, and I know that it is.
Who the fuck says that? Anyone who says anything on YouTube is obviously just stating their opinion on how things are.
And the videos they make implicitly encourage their audience to go over to their target's channel and harass them. Their audience bombards a social justice advocate's ratings with dislikes.
Bombards their ratings. Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds? Yeah, poor you for having to put up with people coming to your channel and give you money. Because that's what views do. Upvotes don't pay shit.
Many people have bragged to me in the comments about how they made multiple accounts, dozens of accounts, just so they could dislike my content several times. That's dedication.
Yeah, the guy's so dedicated, he paid you 8 times to come over and press that little dislike button that doesn't even matter.
And it's important to note that lots of these anti-feminist YouTubers have real power and armies of hundreds of thousands of people behind them.
Oh, you mean like you, because you've got more subscribers than I do. But it doesn't matter, because we don't have fucking armies. Jesus fucking Christ, you're dumb. If I'm gonna be held responsible for what my subscribers do, then I want them to obey me in everything 24 hours a day. And that's a little unrealistic, don't you think?
How much power does this community have?
Yeah, so it really depends. There are some who are very large YouTubers with a lot of influence that lots of people follow. And if they decide to target someone, especially a smaller person, it can bury them in the amount of dislikes and comments and things like that.
Oh, blobbity blah boo-hoo. We've been over this, buried in ad revenues.
But there are smaller people who make response videos, and their impact isn't quite as big because it's like any YouTube community. Even if it's, I would say, a negative one, it has a wide range of YouTubers with different levels of influence in it, basically.
I'm glad you're here to tell us these things. Chewie, take the professor in the back and plug him into the hyperdrive.
I've personally been specifically targeted by anti-feminists with millions of subscribers.
Wow, that must have been an awesome paycheck that month. Could you tell that guy to do one on me too?
When somebody with that much social influence goes out of their way to talk about just how dumb they think you are, it's scary.
Ooh, it's skirty. Somebody said I was dumb. Do me a favor, grow the fuck up. Or better yet, grow some balls. You like that? You like that? I bet you like your balls real nice and big.
Have you seen my balls? My balls. Have you seen my balls?
And the ramifications of their choice to do this are serious. As a direct result, my comment sections have become filled with threats, violence, and hate speech.
If you've received threats, report them. They are illegal. As for violence, there you go again, you fucking dildo, trying to change the meaning of words. I know it's difficult for you, but try to follow me on this one. Words are not violence. Violence is when someone walks up to you and punches you in the fucking face. And don't even get me started on that hate speech bullshit. You've cried wolf so many times that people are just praying for that fucking wolf to show up. You use that word for literally anything nowadays. Have a look at this bullshit.
It's a public place.
Public place.
Make America great again hat, and she's completely freaking out. We're allowed to film whatever. Support a political candidate.
You're not allowed to share hate language in the university.
I'm saying make America great. What is hate language about? You don't care. I want to hear.
Make America great again means make America all for white people, no immigrants, no people with different sexual orientations.
His wife is an immigrant.
See, just an unbelievable level of hyperbole. Now, this has nothing to do with whether you support Trump or not. It's just unfucking believable that you apparently can't talk about one of the presidential candidates. So why don't you take your hate speech and shove it up your ass?
And you can't say they are simply exercising their right to disagree with me. It goes far beyond that.
Well, here's the thing. It's either legal or illegal. So which is it? Because if it's legal, you're actually opposing freedom of expression. Now that is a scary concept.
These kinds of audiences have even given themselves a name. They call themselves attack helicopters, and they do attack in droves.
She says that unironically. Jesus Christ.
If you're gonna kill me and rape me, please do it in that order.
I understand that their actions aren't face-to-face, their attacks are just over the internet, but it's still harassment.
No, it's trolling, you fuckhead.
I'll prove it to you. Comments I get on my Everything Gender video, a project frequently targeted by anti-feminists, go as follows. Trigger warning, incredibly graphic, and derogatory language up next.
Trigger warning. Ooh, that must mean we are getting the good stuff. Give it to me, baby, I can take it.
Am I the only one who would happily gun down any of the mentally challenged cunts featured in this video? This is the most cancerous, autistic, idiotic video ever. I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. Ever since I was a boy, I dreamed of soaring over the oil fields, dropping hot, sticky loads on disgusting foreigners. People say to me that a person being a helicopter is impossible and I'm fucking retarded, but I don't care. I'm beautiful. I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotary blades, 30mm cannons, and AMG 114 Hellfire missiles into my body. From now on, I want you guys to call me Apache and respect my right to kill from above and kill needlessly. If you can't accept me, then you're a heliphobe and you need to check your vehicle privilege. Thank you for being so understanding.
Jesus fucking Christ, you moron. They just did a fucking copy-paste on a meme, you asshole. You have been successfully trolled.
I had a bullet for every gender there was. I'd only need a double-barrel shotgun.
I thought that was a particularly poetic way of explaining gender.
I need to learn to tie a noose.
Good one.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, so people talking about killing themselves is a threat to you. Of course it is. Everything is about you.
Have you had any personal contact with the anti-social justice community?
I have had people make response videos to mine with not the nicest language.
Not with the nicest language? Nah. You mean like this video, don't ya? Poor you.
Go to your happy place.
In them, that does send people to my videos, and that's kind of been my experience with them. It's just I wake up in the morning and there's 100 comments telling me to kill myself, and that's...
Okay, you need to understand something. When people say kill yourself on the internet, You don't actually have to do it. It's just another way of saying fuck you.
I try to avoid watching the response videos.
Good for you.
Do you watch them? If they're
I can't help it. If there's one about me.
For me? Told ya, everything's about you.
Really? I have not watched
them. Really? I have to. I know that there's a video just like hating me out there.
Yeah?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call an attention whore.
Yeah, maybe I'm giving them power. I am.
Yeah. Like, that's what I was worried about, is if I watch it, it's like I'm giving them views, I'm giving them watch time, I'm kind of validating that what they're doing is an okay thing that, like, people are going to watch.
It is an okay thing. It's freedom of speech, asshole.
And it often goes beyond cyberbullying.
Listen, really jam it in this time, okay?
Making a response video is not bullying. For it to be bullying, you'd have to make videos on the same person day in and day out. Do you think this is bullying just because I'm making a response video to you? Because I called you a bad word? I sincerely hope that's not how you look at the world.
One of my good friends, who's a creator, expressed having problems in their real life as a product of these anti-feminists. People at his school found the anti-feminist videos targeting him, and they used these videos as fuel to make fun of him IRL.
Well, that's tragic, but you just have to get used to the fact that sometimes people are going to disagree with you, and that sometimes includes satire and ridicule. And if you're worried about that sort of thing, do what I do. Be anonymous, because I know you guys would have me fired in a heartbeat if you found out my name.
He also received threats before going to VidCon from anti-feminists. Needless to say, my friend did not feel the safest at the con.
Yeah, if you could make your videos so you don't bring up every single point several times, that'd be great. We've been over this. Threats are illegal. Report them.
Now, I imagine anti-feminist creators who see this video will say they are not responsible for the actions of their audience. This seems like a huge cop-out to me.
Yeah, I don't care, because we aren't responsible for other human beings. Free will. Do you speak it, motherfucker?
Your audience certainly isn't literally controlled by you. You're not in their home forcing their hand, but we've seen this pattern for years now.
So you admit that we're not forcing anyone to do anything, but it's still our fault somehow. Fuck off.
An anti-feminist makes a targeting video and their audience goes over in droves trying to destroy the target. That's just what happens.
Destroy the target? Really? What are they, sending Stinger missiles to your house?
This leads me to believe they either condone the behavior or simply don't care.
We don't condone it, but we respect the free will of human beings. Every single person has to make up their own mind about what they're going to do.
That's where anti-feminists and I differ. If my audience went over and virtually attacked another creator because of things I said, I'd be pissed.
Well, you're a fucking moron. It would be fucking retarded for you to be pissed off at people exercising their constitutional right.
It just won't be the same.
Maybe I'm an idealist, but I'd like to hope we can live in a world
where ideologues rule the land. One man must fight to survive.
Where we disagree, but instead of having our audiences fight the fight for us, we can open our ears and minds and listen, learn, and discuss.
Right, that's why you're gonna end this video by saying, don't contact me about any debates.
I don't want to just complain, so I'll offer some solutions. I think we can work towards a better future by doing two things. When I say we, I mean everyone, feminists and anti-feminists. All people. Number one, explicitly tell your audience that you don't condone them attacking people you disagree with.
Yes, I have such a disclaimer on my videos. Happy now?
I'll do this now. Hey audience!
For fuck's sakes, you already did this. Every goddamn point has to be made 13 fucking times.
Number two, make videos responding to larger issues rather than specific people.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. You are not my real mom.
If you have a problem with something, say trigger warnings or third wave feminism,
boy howdy, do we ever.
Make a video breaking down those concepts.
That is what we do.
Why go to all the trouble of finding someone who talks about these things just to mock them?
You dare mock me.
Ball mine. You should know. Of course I dare mock you.
Because it makes for a funnier video. How do you not understand this?
Is it because it's more entertaining?
Yes. For fuck's sakes, yes.
Do you think it'll get more views? Because if so, that just makes me feel like you're capitalizing on making fun of people.
Well, excuse the hell out of me for not having the same taste in comedy as you do. I'm so sorry.
You've turned mocking others into a money-making business. To me, that's gross.
Yeah, but that's only because you're an anti-capitalist regressive.
I just don't respect that.
I literally couldn't care less about what your sense of respect for me is.
I just can't believe people who do that have good intentions.
Well, my viewers know I have good intentions, and what you think about it is just so irrelevant.
I think they have a very set values that they adhere to very strongly and like identify with very strongly, that, you know, there's no wage gap.
True.
And trans people don't exist.
Eunuchs as in snippity-doo-dah.
Wrong, motherfucker. Trans people exist, but non-binary trans people don't exist. But that's just my opinion, asshole. Before you go all wild and shit, why don't you go talk to Blair White if you want to see how a normal, sane trans person thinks about things.
And stuff like that, and they want to defend those ideals, and they know that if they do it in this very inflammatory and aggressive way, that they will get views, and that there are people who will resonate with that. And they've learned to exploit that and to use it to, like, help them get more popular.
Wow, if you make people smile, you get popular. Who would have thought?
How do you handle it when you do get a wave of hatred that comes to you after they've targeted you?
Honestly, it's still a thing that I'm trying to figure out how to cope with. And a large part of my response has been to just stop looking at the comments. I haven't looked at my comments in a couple weeks. When I post a video, I'll look at the comments immediately afterwards because I know that the people who are watching the video immediately, it's just the people, my normal audience, who wants to see the stuff. And then it takes the trolls, I don't want to call them trolls, but the hateful people a few days to find my video and start making comments like that. So I can respond to things quickly, but I don't check all of my comments like I used to.
Oh, you're done. Okay. Well, I guess we can just declare this problem solved. And besides, we all have to learn to deal with this. You think we don't get any bad comments? It's just part of being a grown-up.
Take some pride in your work, son.
Yeah, it feels like YouTube has rules in the terms of service against harassment and bullying and stuff like that, and yet channels are allowed to thrive that are just built on harassment and bullying, which it seems like it shouldn't exist.
Okay, remind me, who was it that wanted to silence people again? I think I'm just gonna invoke Sargon's law here. You people are just dumber than pig shit, aren't you?
So those are my thoughts. I look forward to the inevitable video responses specifically targeting me to come.
Targeting you to come? Wouldn't that be rape?
I think my penis stopped breathing. Do you know CPR?
And for those of you about to ask, no, I will not participate in a live debate with you.
Yeah, what was that thing about open and constructive communication again? I guess we're just gonna have to stick with making response videos.
However, I am genuinely interested in your constructive thoughts, whether you disagree with me or agree with me, so please let me know them in the comments below.
Okay, I'm confused. So now it's okay to comment if we think you're an idiot?
Okay, bye!
Okay, bye!
What the fuck? Okay, well, that pretty much wraps it up for tonight, so I'd like to thank TJ for having me on his channel, and I'd like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching. I will see you next time.
Well, you guys made it out like it was this big deal. I expected something more spectacular.